Morning filtered softly through the curtains. Golden and warm. Taehyung stirred first. His eyes landed on the figure curled into his chest, Jungkook, still fast asleep, one hand gripping his shirt like he feared he'd vanish again. Taehyung didn't move. He just watched. The rise and fall of Jungkook's chest. The flutter of his lashes. The small, unconscious pout of his lips. It felt like a dream. One he never wanted to wake from. But as if sensing his thoughts, Jungkook's eyes fluttered open. For a moment, he looked disoriented. Then their eyes met, and everything settled. "Good morning," Taehyung whispered, brushing hair from his face. Jungkook blinked up at him. "Is this real?" Taehyung leaned down and kissed him softly. "It's real," Jungkook exhaled, the tension leaving his shoulders. "I keep thinking I'll wake up and be alone again." Taehyung pulled him closer, letting their legs tangle beneath the covers. Not this time. They stayed there a long while, sharing warmth, kisses, and silent confessions and glances. Eventually, Jungkook broke the quiet with a small laugh. "You snored a little," Taehyung groaned. "No, I didn't, you did," Jungkook teased. Like a very soft baby bear, Taehyung flipped them with a playful growl, trapping Jungkook beneath him. "Should I show you what a real bear sounds like?" Jungkook laughed until Taehyung kissed him again, deeper this time. Slow, claiming. Their limbs molded together, breaths sinking, the room echoing with the sound of love rediscovered. "I'm not afraid anymore," Jungkook whispered between kisses. "I just want you, you have me," Taehyung promised against his skin. "Every part of me. Forever." And for once, forever didn't feel like a terrifying promise. It felt like home. The sunlight had already risen high when Jungkook reached for his phone, only to find dozens of missed calls and unread messages. Taehyung glanced over, brushing a finger down Jungkook's bare arm. "You okay?" Jungkook blinked at the screen, then turned it face down. "It's nothing. Just chaos waiting outside the door." Taehyung pulled him close again. "Then stay here with me. Just a little longer." But Jungkook sat up slowly. "We can't hide forever, Hyung." Their last questions. "My father, the board, the press." Taehyung watched him quietly. "Let them ask. I'll answer them all the same way." Jungkook turned to look at him. How Taehyung got up, walked over to his phone, and opened his social media. Without hesitation, he took a photo. Jungkook still wrapped in the sheets, soft sunlight spilling over his bare shoulders, eyes wide in surprise. But Taehyung already posted it. With a caption that made Jungkook freeze. "I lost him once. Never again. If you're looking for where I stand, it's here, with him." Within seconds, it exploded. Notifications flooded in. The world was seeing what Taehyung had kept hidden behind walls of cold professionalism and secrecy. Jungkook's heart pounded. You didn't have to do that." "I wanted to." Taehyung cupped his face. "No more hiding. No more shame. If they want to judge me, let them. If they want to pull contracts, so be it. But they don't get to shame the person I love." Jungkook stared at him. "You love me?" Taehyung stepped closer, his hands trembling ever so slightly as he held Jungkook's cheeks. "I love you, Jungkook," he whispered, eyes glossy. "Not because it's easy. Not because it's convenient. But because it's you." Jungkook surged forward, crashing into his arms, kissing him breathless. No words could capture the storm inside him. Only Taehyung could calm it. And outside, the world reacted. Questions arose. Some people cheered. Others whispered behind their screens. But in that room, there was only truth. Only two hearts beating in sync. By the time they stepped out of Taehyung's apartment, the media frenzy had already begun. Cameras. Microphones. Questions screamed into the humid summer air. Taehyung opposed to his Jian Jungkook, your lover, were you involved? While he was still engaged, Taehyung didn't flinch. He held Jungkook's hand tightly and pulled him forward, not behind him, not beside, but slightly ahead, so the world could see who he stood with. And he spoke, loud and clear. Yes, the post is true. The reporters quieted for a second. Taehyung looked straight ahead, unwavering. He's the one I love. I won't pretend, and I won't explain it to satisfy anyone else's idea of right or wrong. One of the reporters stammered, but what about the scandal with the Jians? Your name is being linked to. I don't care, Taehyung cut in. Because I already lost him once. I'm not letting the world steal him from me again. Jungkook's grip on his hand tightened, tears welling up in his eyes, not because of fear, but because of how fiercely Taehyung stood for him. Back at the Jian household, chaos reigned. Mr. Jian slammed his fist on the table. He's disgraced the family. That boy, he turned her son into a laughingstock. Jungkook's mother, for once, stood her ground. No. That boy helped our son survive. You just never saw how broken Jungkook had become. Mr. Jian turned to her, stunned. You're siding with them. I'm siding with my son's happiness. Meanwhile, inside the quiet of a car moving through the city, Jungkook finally spoke, voice hoarse. You just told everyone. Taehyung looked at him. Yes. I've never been prouder. Jungkook chuckled through his tears. I think I love you too much, Hyung. Taehyung leaned closer, brushing his lips over his knuckles. Not possible, and for the first time in a long time, Jungkook felt safe.